So good morning from Whitlow town. This is my 7th Mindfulness Dad video. We took a break for a while over the summer while I recovered from some illnesses that I had. I'm here with the twins in the car, and our other fella's gone to his play group. So yeah, we're coming into the autumn time here. It's kind of rainy and windy and grey, but it's Super Friday. It's Super Friday here, and today I'd like to really just talk about freedom. I'd like to talk about freedom. You know, oftentimes when we talk about freedom, we're talking about outer freedom. Yeah, very much for myself. You know, gosh, the things I could do if I wasn't restricted by my kids, if I didn't have responsibilities, if I had more money, you know, I could travel, or I could do this, or I could do that. There's always, you know, obstacles to our outer freedoms. And we can always find even more, if you know, that fit into our story of how we imprison ourselves in many ways. And it reminds me of a Vipassana, which is a Buddhist meditation that they did in prisons in India as an experiment, where the prisoners realized after 10 days of meditation that the real prison was within themselves, and not so much without. So when we feel, I know myself, when I feel restricted by outer freedoms, or feeling I don't have enough outer freedoms, that's an invitation to go inwards, and that's the mindfulness practice, you know, to connect with inner freedom, with inner freedom. So a simple example might be, okay, I don't have a lot of money in my bank account today, struggling maybe on the outer to say, well, if I had more, we could go on a holiday, or we could do this, but we don't. So then the inner freedom, when I connect into the inner freedom within myself, I realize just how abundant I am at the moment. I have so much abundance, you know, and I can really enjoy some of the simple things that brings into my life. And oftentimes, you know, the desiring after these outer freedoms can often be, not always, but can often be an escapism, maybe, from really connecting more deeply within ourselves to find that inner freedom. And I love that with my kids this morning. We were dancing and singing. Isn't that right, fellas? And that's right. And there was a great sense of joy, and it was a great way to shake off the tiredness and some of the feelings of constriction that not having those outer freedoms can sometimes bring. Yeah. Yeah. And that inner freedom then brings something with it. It brings a sense of groundedness, yes, a sense of presence, and not just an abundance, as I've mentioned before, but also connection. And at the end of the day, you know, when you feel that inner connectedness, then everything else is fine. That's what we really were aiming for in any sort of mindfulness. When we feel that inner connectedness, you know, then the outer connectedness follows that. The connectedness to our kids, to our families, to the world follows that. So thanks for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Feedback is always welcome. Comments, and big love from Whitlow Town. September, where are we? September 2016.